this is just incredibly bullish for silver, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, we also see the tightness in the physical market, and when it gets really tight in the physical market, and especially for the industry bars, not for the
1,000 ounce bars?
retail. Yeah, I mean, that's when the price will just fly. I mean, you need silver in everything. It's computer, mobile phones, cars, you know it.
Yeah.
And if the producers producing these products can't get their silver because there is no silver to get, I mean, the price will just fly. And of course, then all investors will follow as well, because then they want to be on with the race, and it will go even further. So, and we also like to look at the COMEX to see how the commercials are positioning themselves or not. And it looks really promising that all this, if we want to call it manipulation on the COMEX from the commercials, or managing the market, maybe they want to say, may be over. And there's maybe only one big bank that's not really good at trading precious metals that is on the wrong side. And maybe after all these fines we have had for managing the gold and silver market, we are really hoping this is the end of it, and then the unnaturally low price for silver will also disappear, and that's a one time of happening. I think that will take silver a long way.
Well, I've put here on the chart that I hope you guys can see is the previous highs from August of 2020 and January, February 2021. We briefly touched 30 each of those times. So that definitely is the big, that's the big, hold up, right? It's if we get up to 30, do we blast through it, or that's the big stumbling block again?
I think this time is. I think this is the time. It's not so much that can stop it. I mean, the dollar won't stop it, and with this physical tightness, especially on the big bar for the industry, and on the COMEX situation, it has never been better. I mean, we have hope for it to happen before, but this is really the time, I think.
Yeah, and if we get through 30, there's no break stopping this train, really. I mean, I think it goes much higher.
No, yeah, for sure. And I mean, we like to see the gold-silver ratio to go, I mean, coming down to 30-1.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe this time it won't stop with 30-1, but even go lower, because it could go, I mean, 16-1 is the natural occurrence. We are mining 8-1, read or here. So it could go to 10-1. I mean, as silver, you cannot run this world without silver. The industry needs silver.
So Eric, there's people who invest in the physical market. A lot of us, we buy physical silver and gold, but there's also the stocks, which I know is what you like. So just what are the two, let's throw out two names that you really like these days that you think if people who are interested in the silver producing companies should take a look at.
Well, we have approximately 30 holdings in our silver bullet fund, and maybe two of them, if we take one of the big ones, it's a name that has been with us for a long time. First Majestic, I think is interesting from a lot of different angles. It has had some problems with but still, I think it's really, really interesting to see when it gets going. They have been mining a lot of silver in the last period, and I think if we can get the shorts out of the equity, I think it will have a good run as well.
Well, some of their major mines are like San Dimas, and they've got Jarrett Canyon in Nevada, which they're dramatically lowering the costs on. I know that they're trying to raise production from, where are they at right now, and what's their goal in the next year or two?
I think they have had a rather good production anyway, but still what we do like is for our companies to be in a good jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And the jurisdiction is very important. Even if we have seen some troubles with Mexico the last year, I hope there won't be too many problems, but I think the jurisdiction is really, really important now, because what we see is that countries, they want to meddle in, to do stuff, raise taxes, control things, and I think that's really important to look at the jurisdiction. Any companies having mines in the US or Canada, I think that's really good. But jurisdiction is very, very important. And I hope Mexico will be friendly and stay mining friendly, even if we've seen some issues with it.
Another company that you mentioned to me was Aya in Morocco. And what is it you like about this one?
Well, that's a smaller holding still. We have it at 4% in the fund. I mean, First Majestic we had at 8%. But Aya has grown in the fund from 1% to 2% to 4% holding. Mm-hmm. And I really like the management with Benoit. I mean, it's a great guy. We had a call for a couple of years ago, and we started to buy at 150, and so that was a good entry point.
Yeah, it's like up at $9 a share now, right? Well,
yeah,
I do know this one because I'm invested in it. It's they're producing 1.6 million ounces now, and they're on pace to grow this up to 8 million ounces a year by 2024.
And what we do like is the management with Benoit, and we also like that they're very pure silver miners. That's what we focused on. We don't want the largest producers of silver because they are most often producing silver as a byproduct. We want the percentage of silver to be high, and Aya is a really good example for that. They are in Africa. We are a bit cautious about Africa because there are a lot of difficult countries jurisdiction-wise in Africa, but in the Aya countries they are that's a good place, safe place, so that's not a problem either. And if I'm correct in history, this is the place where the Romans got their silver, but they didn't have the possibilities to go deep down, so the mountains there should have a lot of silver.